The advice was free. Unfortunately, the Brotherhood wasn't. And the free part was never the product. But just let me explain. A lot of the Manosphere or red pill space starts with real issues that are real problems to address, then somehow turns it into a subscription. So before we get to the invoice, we need to separate what they got right from what they got very, very wrong. You see, nobody really built a decent bridge for guys stuck between loneliness, dating app fatigue, and a culture that mostly answers with slogans. So the algorithms got there first, and algorithms are great at finding pain. They're terrible at caring about what happens afterwards. A 2024 social connections survey found adults under 50 report loneliness more often than older adults, and men are less likely than women to turn to friends, family, or even professionals for emotional support. That is rooted in fact. Dating apps also aren't built to pair you off fast. They're built to keep you swiping, paying, and coming back tomorrow. They want retention, not results. And into that gap walked the Manosphere, bringing along podcasts and live streams that said things mainstream culture often wouldn't say out loud. Fresh and Fit, a Manosphere or red pill staple among others, built a massive free YouTube audience before the paid funnel. Long episodes put women on the mic live and let them describe, in their own words, how they think about dating, equality, hypergamy, privilege, and what they want in a partner. Whether you agree with every take or find the tone inflammatory, the show took dating tension people already felt and said it out loud on camera. They didn't invent that tension, they just turned it into content. A lot of mainstream empowerment branding is really just consumption marketing with better PR. Fresh and Fit pushed back on that hard, sometimes fairly, sometimes by taking one real pattern and acting like it explained all women. Andrew Tate and adjacent creators popularized self-improvement advice that is, on its own, mostly common sense. So what is it? Work out regularly, build skills and discipline, strive to earn more, be a protector for the people you love, and lead with logic instead of pure reactive emotion. Now there's real value in some of that bundle. The problem is that none of it is proprietary information. The gym was always down the street. The internet searches and YouTube were always free. Basic discipline stops being advice and starts becoming a product the second it's sold like some kind of secret knowledge. The red pill framework might explain one dynamic you saw on a podcast. It won't explain every relationship you'll ever have. Lead with logic is solid advice until you're in a moment that requires empathy first. That's the breaking point. A framework can be useful as a lens. It becomes dangerous when it markets itself as universal law. Certainty is just easier to sell. So you've heard the fair version, gym, discipline, level up. Fair enough. Here's the thing. None of that requires a $50 a month chat room, a $35 creator subscription, a $5,000 bootcamp, or a $997 course with a countdown timer. The free clip already told you go to the gym. What you're actually paying for is access and belonging, not information you couldn't find on the internet or YouTube for free. And separate from the price tag, the Manosphere format itself just plain and simply wears you down. Dozens of copycat shows recycling the same 5 bullet points every week in a slightly different format. It's volume without variation. It's a rehash machine. The feed never stops, so listening feels like progress even when nothing in your own life seems to be moving. That's why they need you to stay on the call. There's an old saying, if you get the message, hang up the phone. You already got the message. Go to the gym, build something, apply for the job, level up your skills, now hang up. The Manosphere's recurring revenue model can't survive if things in your life actually change for you positively, so it wants you to keep listening and subscribing. Talking about your problems is fine. Therapy exists for a reason, whether you need it or not. Endless podcast group chat loops without action is rumination. Rumination causes stress and zero benefit. Go lift, go apply, go learn, and leave the group chat. Talking about your problems doesn't solve them. Talking about them and then taking action is a step in the right direction. Now, here's the wild part and the part they won't ever tell you. In the Manosphere, the free advice and the paid Brotherhood were never two separate businesses. The free floor just feeds the paid floor. The funnel doesn't replace the message, it monetizes it with recruitment, shame, and upsells. So now, let me introduce you to this. This is the Manosphere's conversion engine. Let's call it the Insecurity Funnel. Stage 1, attention. Short form clips optimized for rage, status anxiety, and an us versus them framing. TikTok, YouTube, podcasts, live streams. Free content qualifies you for conversion. Then comes stage 2, conversion. You've seen the problem, now buy the solution. Monthly memberships, private chats, boot camps, courses, exclusive rooms, countdown timers. The details change by creator. The move stays the same. Turn emotional relief into recurring revenue. Next comes stage 3, retention. There's always rankings, challenges, and of course, shame for quitting. Veiled Brotherhood language that treats leaving as weakness. Cult comparisons showed up in member interviews because the retention playbook rhymes. Paid chat that keeps you processing forever, plus podcast feeds that never end. Improvement means you actually cancel. The model needs you listening, not leaving. And finally, stage 4, expansion. Many funnels route members into crypto pitches, supplement affiliates, gambling adjacent sponsorships, and real estate upsells, documented across the Manosphere in reporting and in independent research. Andrew Tate's Real World is specifically documented for crypto campuses and member recruitment via affiliate links. That's the model: attention, conversion, retention, expansion, 4 stages. But this is where it gets weird because the Manosphere funnel has signature moves that repeat across creators like some sort of franchise playbook. The rebrand. When the free brand gets toxic, just rename the checkout page. Hustlers University becomes the Real World. Same courses, new logo. A platform ban actually just became a marketing event. So what else is there, you ask? Oh, well, we can't forget about the course grift. One free viral clip to I can't explain the whole system on YouTube to a $997 course repackaging public information. Now, that's not every creator, but it's enough of them that you should treat the premium tier with suspicion by default. Across the Manosphere, plenty of men's coaching, boot camps, and luxury dating coach packages are, in my view, grifts, or close enough that you should assume grift until proven otherwise. It's all unregulated. They'll point you towards testimonials instead of credentials. $3,000 to $10,000 for a workbook, a Telegram group, and status proximity. And here's my take on this. These people are not better than you. They just need you to believe that they found a secret you missed. Want another example? Well, here's one. It's the same grift architecture, just on a different shelf. Sadia Khan is a Dubai-based dating coach, and she charges about $500 an hour with packages into the thousands. Critics questioned whether the psychologist's branding matched any real license. Khan said she studied psychology, but is not a licensed clinical psychologist in the UK or UAE. In September 2025, leaked voice notes circulated online and coverage alleged that while she was married, Sadia Khan was cheating with a married man. Khan denied the allegations and called the material fabricated. I'm not saying every dating coach is Sadia Khan. I'm saying this is a clear example of what an unregulated coaching market produces. Is this the type of person you'd want as a coach or offering you any dating advice at all? The Manosphere or red pill space does highlight some real problems and useful concepts. Sometimes, but not always. And let me be perfectly clear. I'm not anti-self-improvement. I'm anti-invoice. If the pitch is become high value, but the suggested action is buy my course, you're in a customer acquisition pipeline with really aggressive branding. The advice was free. The Brotherhood wasn't. If there is one thing I want you to take with you, it's this. These influencers are not doing anything you can't do yourself. Set a clear goal, make a real plan, get off social media, and cut the distractions. Stay on it for 6 straight months. That's real discipline. Doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like doing it or not. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. See you in the next one.